But my question is it is it the company that says, "Hey, let's do this as a big retirement match"? Maybe you agree to come back. Maybe, all right, I'll come. I'll do a shot for you. And
Nobody ever asked me.
but if they did, and they said, "Kev, would you come back for another shot? We have a main event coming up, blah 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 blah," and you
I'll
said
say,
okay.
I'll say no. You guys fucking put my 54-year-old ass in a ladder match. Eat a dick.
But if the company says we want to play it up as a retirement match, are you going to say no? Excuse
Yes,
me.
yes.
You'd say no. Just let me go out and work, and that's it. I
No,
walk.
I wouldn't even get in the ring. Once you're done, I'm not getting. I just love. I post something the other day of me lifting weights, and somebody said, "Looks like you got another one, dude." Doing 8 reps with a couple of 100 pounds on it's not fucking getting in the like.
Was this the press? I think I saw this one. Was
Yeah,
it a bench press?
I
I'm
was
saying
in,
bench press.
it
It's
was
probably
it was
called.
it was close grip, close
Yeah,
grip.
whatever.
I don't do benches.
Right.
I did close this. That was a tricep day.
Okay. And I know you said in the comment, which I didn't understand, uh, constant tension so nothing explodes or something like that.
Right.
The hell are you talking about?
Constant tension is so. If you've ever seen somebody with dumbbells, and they go like this, they're doing dumbbell presses for the shoulders,
Uh,
and then they go up, and then when they get to instead of just doing here where it's constant tension, they go clunk, and then
why
they
do
hit
they do that?
they hit
Okay.
the dumbbells together, which puts the tension on the two dumbbells touching and takes the tension. So the only way to if you lock out the muscle, then you're basically now have taken the tension off the muscle and put it on the joint.
So the goal is to keep the muscle engaged the entire
Yes.
time, and don't give it to either the dumbbell or the joint or anything. The
Yeah,
muscle
just you
stays
want to just
engaged the whole time.
yeah, you want and you've been doing it long enough. You know exactly where you're at with it. You
Right.
know, you can feel the stretch and you can feel the contraction
Right.
and you don't have to.
I destroyed your last name, Liet, before. Could you tell me what is the tattoo you have on your ring finger?
Me, it's my wife's name. I hate jewelry.
So that functions as the wedding band.
Yeah, so I would be on the road, and when you go to the gym, you'd have to take your ring off and tie it through your sneakers. And then when you went to the ring, you had to take your ring off and tie it through your boots. And it was just like, and
Mm.
like twice I lost it,
Wow.
you know. And it was just like, because I'm taking it on and off, and my wife was just like, "Oh, you taking it off? Would you leave it on the dresser?" I said, "You know what? Fuck that." And I went and got it tattooed, like
Good
there.
solution.
Yeah,
Excellent.
like here, like there.
Can't argue with that.
And
Right.
what's that say in your hand? That's my wife's name. So
Can't take that off.
yeah,
Thank you, Liet. EP, probably been asked this before, but in light of Goldberg being disgruntled about a proper send off, who would you have preferred to have your last match against?
nobody. I didn't want to have a last match. I had my last match against my buddy Flex for big time wrestling,
Okay.
and he was basically retiring, and he wanted to lose his because he had that championship belt forever,
Mhm.
and he wanted to um, lose to somebody of significance, and he asked if I'd do it, and I said, "Yeah, I'll do it." So that was the big time wrestling was the wrestling I grew up watching when I was a
Mhm.
kid. So I beat him, and I became the world champion, and that was in all for all intensive purposes, I don't think I had another match after that.
Okay.
So my first match was live on the Night of Champions, a Clash of Champions for Turner, and my last match I won the World Heavyweight Championship of Big Time Wrestling, which was the promotion that I watched when I was a kid.
Detroit.
So
Okay.
I couldn't have had a better match than the one I had with Flex, but I didn't. When I determined I was going to retire, it was I just had kind of got the go ahead to start training again after another injury, and I said, "Man, fuck this!" Like,
Yeah.
and my whole thing is this: I remember when Paul came back, and he worked in Saudi Arabia, and I think it was Taker and Kane wrestled Sean and Hunter, and Paul did that up and over Harley race that he's always done in the
In
corner,
the corner. Yeah.
and he tore his pec.
Mm.
I mean, tore his pec completely off. And that's what happens when you don't fucking do shit night in and night out. And it's just like, that's all it, I always loved this one. Hey, we'd love you to come do this show. And, could you, like, I've went to shows before that are independent shows, and I get there and they don't have steps
To the ring.
to get into the ring, and they want me to cut a promo in the ring. And I'm like, you don't have any steps. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Huh.
Like, wait, you want me to sit on my ass? Like, so
Dive.
I tell him, I said, well, I hope you don't mind. I'll be cutting it from the curtain.
Right. From the ramp. Yeah.
Yeah, you dumb fucks.
All right, who else is in the house? Someone wrap us up. Instagram, hello, Mr. Nash. There was talk of Sting being the third man before Hogan made the heel turn. Had this happened instead, could the NWO still have worked? Thanks in advance.
I don't think it would have worked as well because Steve had never been to New York or WWE. And the fact that Scott and I came in as invaders, it only made sense that the third person would be basically the stamp of the WWE.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
And Hogan had never been heel, and it was
That was this. That was the sauce. That had to be the sauce.
I mean, it's.
Yeah. Click. This is a production of Butch and Sundance Media, produced in association with Podcast Heat, created by Tristan Nash, Kevin Nash, and Sean Oliver, producer Steve Kaufman, graphics by Dominic D'Angelo, title sequence and audio edit by Wesley Burleson, theme song by Dale Oliver, technical research by Tristan Nash, copyright 2025, Butch and Sundance Media. Kev, do you want to do another one?
Have we already done this for 3 years?